I grew a fashion brand to over 50 million in revenue in my 30s. And if there's one thing that I know how to do, it's growing businesses. I've gone through every stage, from ideation to scaling to hiring and going global. The journey is filled with ups and downs. And that's why I'm here to prepare you so that you know what to expect in your path from 0 to 8 figures. In this video, I'm going to share with you the 10 stages of building a business with 20 million in yearly sales, starting with and arguably the most exciting stage, ideation. In the ideation stage, you come up with your big business idea. Your mind races with possibilities as you envision how it could change an industry or improve people's lives. You think you've stumbled upon something huge and unique. Potential business models, futures and marketing angles flood your brain as you jot down notes or discuss the idea with friends and family to get their reaction. At this stage, there's a lot of nervous excitement, but also some angst. You'll ask questions to yourself like, is this idea really as good as I think it is? Has someone already done it? How hard will it be actually to pull it off? There will be a lot of self-doubt. You have to push it aside and give your idea a shot. In my experience, the best ideas aren't the first solutions that come to the market that tries to solve multiple problems at once. Typically, there is an existing solution and you come in and improve on that solution. This first stage is also where many aspiring entrepreneurs get stuck in the entrepreneur mode. They have an idea, but are paralyzed by indecision and never take action. But if you push through and commit to pursuing your idea, you graduate to the next phase. But having an idea is one thing. Actually putting that idea into motion and dealing with the realities of starting a business is where things get tough. This brings us to stage 2, putting things into action. In this stage, you start getting serious about evaluating your idea's potential. You conduct market research, analyze competitors, estimate startup costs, and put together financial projections. Tasks take longer than expected. Expenses are much higher than anticipated. You realize you will need to bring in outside experts like lawyers and accountants, which adds complexity. Doubt will start to creep up on you again as you wonder if you're really cut out for this. If you're running an e-commerce business or software business, you might also need additional funds to buy inventory or develop more of your product. This is where you might also start pitching friends and family to invest in your vision. You will get 100 no's, but if you keep asking, there will always be a handful of people who say yes. You pour your own savings and max out your credit cards to finance the early stages. Now there is no going back. Finally, after months of tireless preparation, you're ready for the moment of truth. You've built it, but will anyone buy it? This is where it brings us to stage 3, launch and your initial sales. You've got a product and it's time to launch your business to the world. This can be very exciting, but also very nerve-wracking. This is the moment you have been working towards for so long. You announce it to your networks, you run some ads, maybe post some Instagram stories, and then you wait for the sales to pour in. And actually you get your first sales. You feel like the king of the world. In business, there's no better feeling than knowing that people want what you have to sell. But then things starts to slow down and you wait for the next couple of sales, but they never come in. You start to question everything. Your idea, your marketing, your abilities as an entrepreneur. You realize how little you actually know about sales, digital marketing, web design, and dozens of other skills needed to run an online business. Many will get discouraged and quit here because they realize they aren't as good as they think they are. But those who persevere will come to realize that setbacks are totally normal in entrepreneurship. If this is your very first business, you have a lot to learn. Your product launches will not be perfect. Your ads will be unprofitable. No one will see your content. But it is through these failures that you learn what you don't know. And as you learn more about what you don't know, you'll become an expert. This is also where you start learning through other people's mistakes. Podcasts, books, online courses. You consume more content than you ever have in your life. When you're starting out, you will also have to do the most things yourself because money is tight. You work around the clock, sacrifice sleep, hobbies, and relationships. This is actually life of an entrepreneur. But slowly, you'll start to see your efforts pay off. You will get more paying customers and some positive feedback, hopefully. More sales start to trickle in day by day. And soon, you'll probably be at 10 or 50K a month in sales. And you start to think, maybe this crazy idea will work after all. With some initial traction, You start to see a path forward for the business, but you quickly realize that what got you to this point won't get you to the next level. You need to make some big changes, level up your skills, and make some strategic moves to keep up the momentum going. This brings us to stage 4, traction and expansion. At this point, you've proven there's demand for what you're offering. You have a small but growing base of paying customers, and you're starting to get noticed in your industry. You're making decent money, but you work long hours every day, and your focus gets spread too thin. You realize you can't do it all alone anymore, and it's time to bring in some help. Whether that's a co-founder with complementary skills or your first employees. Here you will start to document processes, build your team carefully, and let go of some control. This is where most entrepreneurs struggle. They're afraid to let go of certain tasks because they think they are irreplaceable. I promise you, you are not better than you think. People can do what you do, and it's scary to delegate. But if you want to grow to 20 million, you cannot be doing everything. You form partnerships with others in your space to expand your reach and credibility. You invest more heavily into marketing and the channels that are showing promising results. You start to plan ahead for how to scale the business. And with more sales and a team that you are managing, it finally feels like you have a real company. You've got some real momentum. But just as things are looking up, you're about to get a harsh reality check. And this brings us to stage 5. Market teaches you a lesson. No matter how well you plan, the market is unpredictable. Customer needs are always changing. New competitors come up with new products. Your main marketing platform becomes more saturated and competitive. You learn that you can't ever get too comfortable or complacent. The skill and tactics that got you to the 1 million won't necessarily get you to 10 million. You have to question your assumptions. Stay paranoid and pivot when necessary. The market hands you some humbling losses and forces you to up your game. This could be a significant increase in churn because competitor decided to drop their price and your customer switched to using their product. Or it could be your ad spend reached the ceiling and you can decrease without reducing profitability. Or you may realize you don't know your customer as well as you thought. You have gaping holes in your skill set. Your business model needs a major overhaul to remain profitable. It's a stressful time filled with tough decisions, but if you can adapt and power through, you come out stronger on the other side. This is also where most entrepreneurs will quit. But if you get through this bump and get to stage 6, you will enter a whole new league with higher stakes. You're going to be fighting to go from 1 million to 10 million in revenue. And many businesses flame out trying to make this leap. And this is where we're going to stage 6, scaling. Everything that worked when you were smaller breaks once you reach a certain size. You need better people, systems, technology, and funding to make it to the next level. Instead of relying on tactics and shortcuts, you need a sophisticated growth strategy. Your expenses started to balloon and you invest in new hires, equipment, software, office space, and more. The financial risks get much bigger and you feel constant pressure and stress. Competition gets fierce. The bigger you get and you are on the radar of industry giants now. Copycats start to pop up left and right. You worry about growth stalling and the whole thing unraveling. Imposter syndrome strikes you again as you wonder, how will you keep this bigger, more complex machine running? But you build a rockstar leadership team that takes some of the weight off your shoulders. You implement better data analytics to make smarter decisions. You double down on what's working and you cut your losses on what's not. And slowly but surely, you claw your way to 10 million buyout. Now, all seems good and well. You're a leader of a 10 million plus business. But the skills that got you here won't keep you here. You need to become a world-class CEO. And this brings us to stage 7, building a strong team and systems. You can no longer be involved in every detail of the business. Your job is to set a vision and build an executive team to carry it out. This means leveling up your leadership and recruiting top talent for key roles like CMO, CFO, COO, etc. But it's a constant challenge to find and afford the caliber of talent you need at the scale. The hiring process gets much more rigorous. You have to work harder to define and maintain your company culture as you grow. Underperformers who were fine when you were smaller now have to be managed out. You have to build robust system and processes so the company can function without you being involved in everything. This means investing in better technology, equipment, software, and facilities to support your bigger team and customer base. Expenses are eye-popping compared to the bootstrapped early days. You may decide to bring in consultants and outside experts to shore up your knowledge gaps. You work with your board on high-level strategy and major financial decisions. The pressure and stakes have never been higher. But if you can nail this transition, you have a chance to become an industry leader. And with hiring, delegation, and scaling, you're going to face significant challenges. And this brings us to stage 8, facing challenges and making mistakes. As you enter stage 8, you'll find that the stakes are higher and the consequences of mistake become more severe. The business has grown significantly, and with that growth comes increased complexity and risk. You might find yourself burning through cash faster than ever before as you invest in running more ads, ramping up marketing efforts, and expanding your team and operations. This rapid cash burn can be alarming and might lead to doubt of whether you are going to ever be sustainably profitable. You might wonder if you have the right people in place to handle the challenges that come up with scaling a business to the 20 million mark. You might second guess your own decision and leadership abilities, worrying about whether you're steering the company in the right direction. The pressure to maintain a growth trajectory and meet investor expectations can be very intense. As your business becomes more successful and visible, you may also face legal challenges from competitors or others trying to take advantage of your success. Competitors try to copy your products or business model, leading to intellectual property disputes. Legal issues may arise over contracts or partnerships. Some individuals or companies might try to exploit your success for their own gain, which can be a distraction and drain on your resources. It might seem like a lot right now. This is a part where you will learn to navigate. And this brings us to stage 9. Reflection and innovation. As you emerge from the challenges of stage 8 and enter into stage 9, you will find yourself in a place of reflection and renewed energy. You have to overcome significant obstacles, learned valuable lessons, and proven your resilience as a leader. This is time to look back on the journey so far and appreciate the progress you have made, while also setting your sights on the future and the innovation that will propel you towards the 20 million milestone. With the experience and knowledge gained from the previous stages, you're now in a position to focus on making a real impact in your industry and beyond. You have a deeper understanding of your market and your customers and your own strengths and weaknesses. Use this knowledge to find new areas for your company to grow. This might involve developing new products or services or forming strategic partnerships that can help you scale more efficiently. As your business establishes a strong reputation, you'll likely attract the attention of new investors and high quality talent. And you might decide to take another round of funding, or you might bring in a new team to help with an area you are totally new in. Take advantage of your network and brand to gather more resources that can help you take your business to the next level. At this stage, you'll go from thinking about how to allocate your time to your business to a capital allocator. A lot of the leverage that you will have comes from putting resources where you think it will get the greatest return. So instead of making many small decisions and always taking actions at the start of the business, you'll get the most results by making 1 or 2 small decisions every day about how to allocate resources. And this brings us to stage 10, entering new market and reaching the 20 million mark. As you reach stage 10, your business has achieved significant milestones, crossing the 20 million mark in annual revenue. And you will start expanding to new markets. While your current market has been the foundation of your success, it might not be enough to sustain your growth in the long term. By expanding into customer segments or product categories, this is your chance to diversify your business. But entering new markets requires careful planning and execution. You will need to conduct thorough market research to identify the most promising opportunities and understand the unique challenges and requirements each market. This might involve adapting your products or services to meet local preferences, building new distribution channels, and establishing partnerships with key players in the region. And as you expand into new markets, it's important to maintain the core strengths and values that have brought you success thus far. Your brand, company culture, and customer-centric approach should remain consistent, even as you adapt to new environments. This will help you build trust and credibility with new customers and partners, while also ensuring that your existing customers continue to receive the high quality experience they have come to expect. Alternatively, you can also continue to innovate within your existing markets and find new ways to deliver value to your customers to stay ahead of your competition. You might also think about acquiring complementary businesses that can help you expand your reach. So if you run an Instagram growth agency, for example, you might want to buy a TikTok growth agency to add TikTok content creation as part of your service so you can sell more products. And that's the 10 stages of growing a business from 0 to 20 million. If you want to grow a business to 20 million, the first step of ideation is to pick a business model. And picking the right business model can be the difference between you becoming a millionaire or never making it. Click on this video to learn about the 4 business models that I will start if I wanted to make my first million fast. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.